So there's always a question of, do we buy an electric car or do we buy a hybrid car when you want to go for electrified mobility? Now, when I say electrified mobility, what I'm trying to say is if you want to have lower emissions, better fuel consumption, you want to think about the air quality and everything else. So, full electric or hybrid. We have two vehicles here, relatively the same size, relatively the same features, both imported, both having very premium badges, but more importantly, both with a price tag that is almost the same. One of them is just 10,000 ringgit more. So which shall we buy? Or which should you buy? Now, Subhash.
Well, I've been spending a bit of time with the LBX.
Okay.
The new Lexus with the hybrid.
Okay.
I think Toyota and Lexus, they want to target a more conservative buyer.
Okay.
They don't want customers like this. They don't want to charge their cars completely.
Are you saying charging is a problem?
I'm saying charging is a problem.
Okay.
Some people just don't want to charge. They don't charge outside there.
Now, I've been living with this car for a few days. It's full electric. It's a brand new Mini Countryman. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I think I'll be able to pull you to my side after we take this for a test drive.
Well, I know you very well. You're very conservative uncle. This is the car.
Really, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, why don't we take each for a test drive and see?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the Mini Countryman SE All 4. Why are all the buttons and gear sticks all like this?
Okay, number one, don't gripe too much. Yeah? Okay, this is how new electric cars are fitted with gear shifters and starter buttons and push button start or whatever. Don't gripe, because why? They're all the same. Nowadays, you get a gear shifter like this, which is a little toggle switch. It's not a big deal. Yes, Mini has got a small one. Some have got bigger ones. But they're all the same. Even hot hatches, electric hot hatches have the same thing. The power button is just a
Like a twist key.
yeah, like a twist key fixed in there. That's fine. Then you got this thing called experiences. I'll explain that to you later. But more importantly, take it out for a drive. This is a new Mini all-electric Countryman SE All 4. That means 4-wheel drive. Come, let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Okay, so you start, it's quiet. Okay,
I don't even know if it started also.
because you didn't start it.
Okay.
Now you started it. You heard the sound?
That's the engine starting up.
That's the engine starting
Okay.
up. Then you go down to D.
Okay.
And then you just accelerate slowly because these cars are fast. Huh?
Yeah.
Electric cars are fast. Okay. And it's quiet.
Completely.
Very quiet, very composed. And if you look around the interior, the Mini designers have taken a lot of trouble to give this a very unique interior. Look at this, this cloth trim around you, the bronze trim, the roof lining, the seats, the headrest, the leather treatment, even this little, like cloth trim here. Everything is very unique to Mini.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that, if you look at the original Mini, my time, the original British-made Mini, before BMW bought it, they had a round instrument cluster.
Yeah.
They're still keeping it. Of course, it's all digital. It's got a lot of electronics in it, but it's still round, and that's very unique.
Actually, this is very difficult to do. To have a round screen like this.
Yes,
And
instead of a square one like an iPad. Yes.
And it's OLED, which is a technology that's quite expensive to do.
right.
So
And it's clear.
It's
so
clear.
nice and clear.
Yeah.
And then you got a heads-up display.
also colored.
Right. So a lot of features. Now, this electric car, when it's fully charged, will give you about 430 kilometers of pure driving, pure electric driving. Now, some people say, oh, it's not enough, we need more and everything else. But look at the size, look at the weight of the car. If you have more driving distance, you got a heavier car.
Yeah.
And you have bigger motors, you have more powerful motors. You don't need all the power. Now, when the light changes green, I want you to accelerate hard. And then you tell me whether this car is powerful enough or not.
Do I have to change the experiences to something else?
No. You
Okay.
Just drive. Just drive. Just
Alright.
slam the accelerator. Short while, eh? You heard that?
Yeah. Sounds like some PlayStation 2 thing.
Yes. So that's a little bit, okay, now it's slow down.
Yeah.
Speed limit.
Yeah.
So this is what electric cars are giving you right now. Now, we'll go into experiences. I'm going to share something with you now.
Yeah.
You got core, you got go-kart. Okay.
That's interesting. Green,
Okay.
vivid.
Now, green is to try and get you as economical as possible. So now it says efficient, right?
Yeah.
And you got bonus range 5.8 kilometers. Now, accelerate lethargically. See, the bird is flying, right?
Yeah.
Accelerate a bit more, and it becomes a leopard.
Okay, yeah.
And it tells you, okay, now you're,
Yeah, you're
using
wasting too much energy.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's teaching you how
Yeah.
to save on your battery power.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So this is what experiences is all about. Of course, you got all the rest to choose from.
Yeah.
When and if you want to drive it in excitement, you go into go-kart and things like that. But this is what the electric car movement is all about. Now, in terms of space, more than enough space at the back.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when I came from the LBX and going into this.
Yes.
It's a big jump up.
Yes, more than enough space. You also got a big boot. It's sitting high up the ground. It's got that SUV flavor,
Yeah, actually, the first thing I noticed when I sat inside here is just how much higher I am like up in the seat.
Yes.
It actually feels like it's trying to be a crossover.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to charging, if you go to a DC fast charger, information here says you can go from 10% to 80% in 29 minutes.
That's
Now,
fast enough.
Yeah, and everyone tells you to go to 80% because why? 80% is the rate to save your battery
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're at home and you're charging from 0 to 100, assuming you're at home, 3 hours 45 minutes. Not that bad.
That means it must have 22 kilowatt AC,
Yes.
which is as fast as it gets.
Yes, so it is 22 kilowatt AC. So these are all the little features that come with the car for charging. Very important. Now I want to share some figures with you. Okay? Power is 230 kilowatt or 494 Newton meters. That's a lot. 0 to 100 is 5.6 seconds.
That's sports car territory.
Yeah, supercar. Now, maximum speed is 180, which is normal
Yeah.
for a lot of electric cars. Some say 185, some say 180, some say 175. So that's about right. Anyway, you're not supposed to be going more than 110, 120.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's more about the acceleration in that usable range of speed.
Correct. So, for its price, it's fully imported. It's an electric car. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got this great technology in the center console. There's so much to talk about. I love playing with this,
The animations are so fluid.
Yes, and also because you know why? We're sitting in traffic jam all the time.
You have to play with it.
You have to play with it, It even tells you the weather, everything else. The navigation even is so precise and direct.
Yeah, this is just the most pristine looking screen I've ever seen on a car.
Yes. So, now let's get into the Lexus LBX.
Yes, but first I have to tell you, I'm quite convinced of this.
Quite
Already.
convinced, Okay.
But yeah, let's go into the LBX and then we see what you think. So now we're in the Lexus LBX. Now,
What does LBX stands for?
I think it stands for Lexus Breakthrough Crossover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the successor to that CT200H.
Which is
From-
very popular for many years.
Yes, correct.
Can I start it up?
Yes, please go ahead.
See, nice.
Right up there. Yeah.
Ah.
This is what you want, Everything is exactly where you expect it to be.
And the engine starts up first, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you got not a very large screen, but large enough to see everything.
In fact, the screen is actually, on paper, larger than that screen.
Really?
By 0.2 inches.
Oh,
But you see,
okay.
a lot of it is wasted because the bottom half here is basically your aircon controls.
Okay,
It's
okay.
always there. It's kind of semi-physical. It is, of course, touchscreen, but it's always there. You can always access your fan speed, your...
Oh, that means it's always switched on.
always there. It's always-
Even when the screen is off.
Even when you off everything, this thing is always there.
okay.
And then the second thing that wastes some space is a little bar here that lets you access other quick controls.
Okay.
So there's a lot of extra space, so you can have your Apple CarPlay here all on the time,
Right.
but you still have your quick access to controls and your aircon all there.
Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't stand out like the Mini.
It doesn't stand out.
It doesn't say, hey, use me. Hey, I want to use you.
Yeah,
that kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
It just says, I'm a screen, use me when you want to. But,
I think this car will get you because of how subtle it is.
okay.
It's all about doing all the familiar things correctly.
I like the instrument cluster.
Yes, very neat.
It's neat, it's straightforward, and it's traditional yet modern.
Yes.
You know?
You still got the two dials,
Yes.
but you got all the information you need. You got some fluid animations.
Correct.
It looks very, very 2024.
Correct. All right. Okay.
Now, let's get moving. I don't want to say that this car is all about the drive, unlike the Mini, but the drive will reveal some character about this car that really stands out.
Okay.
But right away, when you grip that steering wheel, of course, it's not as chunky as the Mini steering wheel.
But it feels premium.
It feels premium. That material that they put on the steering wheel, it might be synthetic, but it feels good. Yes, the new selector. It's a Lexus thing across the board.
But it's small, it's chunky.
Yeah.
It feels like a gear shifter.
Correct.
Okay.
You still got the lever action, even though it is a E-shifter. It's not connected to the engine. So yeah, 360-degree camera, but only on this spec. So you have to spend 10,000 ringgit more than that car to get a 360 camera. That is a little bit of a value issue.
Right.
But, you know, this car has some limitations on paper, like the torsion beam rear suspension.
Okay.
But you don't really feel it. It's not that bad. They actually mask a lot of these engineering limitations of the car.
Understand.
Yeah.
Sound insulation is good. I
Not
hear the
bad.
engine, but I don't hear outside.
You probably don't really feel that it's a 3-cylinder.
Oh, it's a three-cylinder.
It's a 3-cylinder.
Turbocharged.
No turbo. Atkinson cycle.
Oh, okay.
So like how Toyota and Lexus like to do their Atkinson cycle efficiency engines.
Right.
That's this. Not a lot of power. When you combine the electric motor with the engine, it's still only about 180 horsepower. But yeah, see if it's lacking usable power. It doesn't have that quick acceleration that car has.
Yes, because electric cars are quick.
Yeah.
5.6 seconds on that.
This is
what, 7?
This is close to 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it is not a fast car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would be a great commuter car. lah.
Yeah.
This is a great uncle car. lah.
This is a great uncle car. This is a great
Ah.
pasar car. Of course, a bit too luxurious for a pasar car.
This
but
is my retirement car. lah.
exactly. This is the last car you buy. Because, you know, the kids will have left the house.
Right.
You only have 2 to 3 people to transport around.
Yes.
You want a car that can last a very long time. This battery warranty is 8 years. And you can extend it for another 2 years.
Okay, so 10 years lah possible.
10 years possible. And it's a Toyota.
And the battery is
small
not expensive.
It's not, it's not an expensive battery at all.
It's not even 5-figure.
No, it's not. Unlike that one,
Yes.
where after the 5 years, or 6 years, however long the battery warranty is, you better sell it because it's the price of a small house. So
But it takes the bumps nicely.
it takes the bumps very nicely. And the really nice thing about Lexus in this generation is this new platform, the GA platform. The throttle pedal is floor mounted like an old sports car.
Right.
So you get a lot of subtle control over the accelerator pedal. You get a lot of
Handling is very nice.
handling is very nice. The feedback from the suspension is really, really
Yes.
good.
The brakes are good also.
Yeah. And this skeleton of this car is found on the Japanese and European Yaris, which is a very sophisticated car, which is a rally champion. Of course, when they modify it, it's a rally champion winning car. So it has the right bones, this car. And
I'm just disappointed with the screen.
The
because
screen is-
after the excitement of that screen.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad screen. It's like any other car. But when you come from the Mini, then suddenly you say, you know, it's missing something. It's
That's
missing finesse, you know?
Yeah. It's not a very useful car, this one.
Yes.
Which is why I said you like it. Now the engine noise is, of course, still there.
No, when you
When you
full
whack
throttle,
it,
yes.
yeah. But I think it adds a bit of excitement.
Yeah. But the handling is very good.
Yeah, this slow car fast to me is always better than supercar fast.
Yes,
Supercar
yes.
fast can be a bit tiring, and you can't really have fun
And you have
unless.
constant concentration.
Yes, and you need a long stretch of road.
Yes.
This one, you know, when you have those 1-2 corners like that, can bring a smile to your face.
Correct. And it's a nice design.
Yes.
It looks like a hot hatch.
Yeah. Whereas you know that Mini, after that generation is gone, it will just look old.
Yeah. Actually, when that Mini came out, when we went for the launch,
Yeah.
I was not taken by the shape at all.
Yeah.
Until today, when I look at it, I'm not taken by the shape. That's personal taste. But when I get into the car, I want to live in the car. And I think that's the thing Mini designers realized.
They got the living room ambience correct.
Yes, because you're living in the car in every traffic jam.
Yes.
And then you park it and you go to work, or you park it and you go up to your house, you know. So the design language is questionable, you know.
Yeah.
But interior spot on. They got it right, and they always get it right.
There's one more thing about this car that I think you should know.
Tell me, I can't afford it.
That depends.
Okay.
I think if you think long term, you can afford it, because the depreciation is quite good on Lexus vehicles,
Right.
compared to Minis and BMWs and all that. But this car is very, very polite. Now, I don't know if you experience this, but me as an Indian growing up in Johor Bahru, sometimes you walk past a nice car and you hear the doors lock.
Yes.
That's a normal thing. You know, we internalize it, it's fine. But in this car, the door locks are silent. So you'll
What do you
never...
mean silent?
Look, I'm locking the door right now. I'm unlocking it.
Oh,
You will
okay.
never
I
get-
see what
Yeah.
you mean. Okay.
So it's very polite in that way. It doesn't...
There's no harsh click, clock,
Yeah,
sound.
correct. Even the door handles, I'm not going to open now because we're moving.
Yes.
But
It's just a button. Then
it's just a
open,
button.
yes.
It's an e-latch system, which is on all the expensive Lexuses and even on this affordable Lexus.
But you know,
affordable.
Lexus, because it's premium brand,
Yeah.
they think of all these little things.
Yes, it's all the little things in the car that really make it stand out long term. I think if you're living with this car long term, you will really enjoy all the small things.
I like it. I don't know if I can live with the fact that it's really small, okay, for what I'm paying. But then when I think about it, it's a Lexus. I don't need that much space. We've got a passenger in the back. He's quite comfortable. You've got your seat right to the back because you're a tall boy.
Yeah.
I'm also sitting quite far back. I think it's okay.
Yeah. Just enough for two.
Yeah, so it's now the question is, do you want electric or do you want a hybrid? We leave it to the people watching to decide.
Yeah. Now let's go outside and see which one we want to pick.
And before that, I want to try the door handle.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. It's one smooth motion like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've taken both cars out for a drive.
Yeah.
You've driven the Mini. I've driven the LBX. So, I mean, in terms of size, we know the Mini is bigger. The LBX is more compact. The LBX is lower. The Mini is a little bit higher. But this is sitting on 20-inch wheels.
Yes.
This is sitting on 18-inch wheels. So for me, I look at it, I'm not thoroughly convinced with electric cars yet. I like them, they're fast and everything else. I like the infotainment system, I like the interior look and feel. But I think I'm drawn towards the Lexus.
It's that little subtle things that they do right.
No, it's the fact that it's hybrid. I can go long distance. I don't have to think about charging. I don't have to worry about going to a charging station. This one I got to analyze everything. I won't use the word range anxiety. I'll use the word charging anxiety.
Yeah.
So I still will have charging anxiety with this car. With this car, I just have to go to a petrol station, 2 minutes. I'm fueled up and I'm ready to go.
That's true. That's true. As for me, I think it's the size. I'm 6 foot tall. When I sit in that, I literally cannot move.
Okay.
You know, my legs are stuck in place and all that. The moment I sat in this, it felt like a living room. You know, yeah, of course, there's the range anxiety. That's the limiting factor.
Right.
But I feel like
But you live in a condo.
I live in a condo and I can't charge this. But I feel like a car like this is not your primary car.
Okay.
You know, these kind of cars, they're too small to be your main car.
Okay.
This is the secondary car, the weekend car, and it has those qualities, you know. It's a fun car, it's got sporty nature, it's got a lot of power, and I think the best part is for this price, you're getting so much power
Because it's tax-free.
because it's tax-free. And
5.6 seconds.
my grandfather always told me, whenever you can take some money from the government, you better take it. And this one, you're basically getting 100%
Yes.
tax-free.
And electricity is cheap.
Exactly. Whereas
Subsidized.
petrol,
I still have to pay premium petrol for this.
correct. And sooner or later, when the subsidy goes, you're going to be paying full price for the petrol.
Yes, but then in years to come,
Yeah.
when I want to sell this, I get better resale value.
That one we'll think in 10 years.
But still, I'll get better resale
That's
value
true, that's true, that's true.
to buy another car. Will you get better resale value for this?
I'll have to live in this car.
You'll have to live in this car. So
Yeah.
you save now.
There's pros and cons, yeah, for
I
sure.
save in the long term.
True.
And then when there's an emergency, say tonight there's an emergency.
Yeah.
I need to go to Kelantan. I don't have to think about where I'm going to charge or whatever. I just put my bags in. I run down to Kelantan. You have to take a map, check where I can charge,
Yeah.
book the charging station. Yes, there are charging stations along the way, but you still have to do all that.
That's true. I've experienced that before.
Right. And then the other problem, very, very big problem. Are you saving Mother Earth or not?
Ah.
Are you really saving Mother Earth by having an emissions-free car?
No.
Because they mine
I'm not thinking about all that.
everything for the batteries.
I'm thinking about the 0 to 100 time. That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
Okay, so the excitement,
Yes.
the drive,
And it's a BMW product. So everything is going to just biodegrade.
right.
And then I'm really saving my life because it's going back to the earth.
So premium, almost same price.
Different philosophies.
Different philosophy,
Yeah.
different needs, different age group.
Yes. I think I know my choice lah.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'm going with the Mini. You can
Okay.
have the Lexus.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.